Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Down in Santa Barbara. Talk about how thrilling, how exciting of a win that was to have it, that shot at the end, rim in it, go in and go out, and have you guys win like that.
Well, it was really exciting, and obviously there wasn't much between the two teams as far as ability goes. Rachel, she's just been money for us all year long, and I've been thrilled to watch her step up in different ways to help our team be successful. Putting the ball on the floor and taking a shot, getting bumped, having to split two defenders. Not her typical way of scoring, but we did have a bit of the lucky Irish there. And then Adrian, the thing was down, and it was almost like I could see the hand of God just go, dink. It was thrilling for us, and I couldn't be happier for our team at this stage.
Seems like even when you guys play close games in conference, you guys are finding ways to get it done, obviously, with the wins. But, what do you, if you could attribute that to something, is it just, even if it's a 1-point game, 3-point game, you guys are still coming out on top?
Well, as I've said before, I'm a woman of faith, and I really believe that we've been through so much adversity this year. I've had quite a few prayers offered up for me personally and for our team, and I do believe that this is a supernatural intervention. At least this last month, it's just been miraculous, and I don't have any other reasonable explanation to you. It's been amazing, and God wants to keep blessing us that way. I'm all for it.
How do you make sure that your team keeps going? And I asked Rachel the same thing, how your team doesn't get complacent. You guys, can keep the good times coming.
Yeah, I think just as Rachel said, this team is really hungry. We've never been in this position before. It's so exciting. It's so thrilling that they're getting after it every day. They want it really badly, and obviously there's people that have been here before, and maybe it's ho-hum to them, but it's super exciting for us.
So, Coach, on the morning of January 2nd, which was the first day of the Big West season against Long Beach, if somebody had said you'd have a 3-game lead after the first half of the league play, what would your reaction have been?
Well, I would have said, I doubt it. I would have said, which team? It wouldn't have been Cal Poly, that's for sure, at least in my estimation at that time. And we had just come off of a overtime loss to Santa Clara, which I thought we were a better team than Santa Clara. We got thumped by Pepperdine the game before that. And, we had some great basketball, too, that we showed. We just didn't show up in the win column very often against teams like Arizona State, Lamar, Minnesota, Illinois. We did play well, so I felt like we were going to be a good team this year. But at the same time, I really didn't believe that we would be undefeated at this stage, because I know the strength of the league. I know the teams that we're facing, and there's like nothing between us, ability-wise. There's no team that's dominant. As I said before, we could easily be 0-8, no problem. That's how strong this league is this year, and how competitive every single game is.
Just such a big game this Thursday with Davis. If you beat them, you're up by 4 with 7 to go. So they're going to have to throw everything they have at you. This is if they have any chance of winning the regular season title. So knowing that, what do you expect when you go up there to play Davis this Thursday?
Well, I'm sure they're going to be on fire. Obviously, they had a terrific game against Irvine, and Irvine's again one of the top teams in the league as well. Vicky Deely just had an unbelievable game. I think 23 points in 15 minutes of play. She's just shooting the lights out, kind of what Burns does for us, or Clancy does for us from the three-point line. Mitten's always been strong. We're going to have to really do well against their Princeton offense, which has been a real task for us. They can post you up, they can shoot the three, they can take you off the dribble. There's so many things that they do. We're definitely undersized again. We're going to have to play not flawless basketball, but we're going to have to do a great job of taking care of the ball. We have to rebound the ball really well and really know what we're doing defensively to try to take away some of the strengths that they have, if that's at all possible.
Going back to Santa Barbara, I know a lot was made of the men's game because that was, an all-time classic. But your game was just as exciting. How fun was that game? You guys were up, you were down, you were back up, down. When you look back at your encounters with Santa Barbara, where does that one rank?
Oh, that was thrilling. I don't think anything beats our home game the first time that I ever had even a smidgen of a chance to beat Santa Barbara. And that was over a decade ago, it seems like. But it was right up there. How we came and just battled the whole game, and I don't know, the character. The weird thing about our team right now is every single player and every coach believes when we go into the game that we're going to win it. And I don't know that that's always been the case anytime we've been in the Thunderdome. It's always been, well, I hope so. But, the team's playing with great confidence right now, and Santa Barbara's playing great ball, so we just did a phenomenal job. And, again, a little bit of luck on our side and maybe a little bit of blessing from God.
How long did that ball hang up there for Adrian? Did it seem like an eternity?
Too long for me. I was like, but seriously, I really felt like I just saw a little hand go dink, push it out of the net. It was, I'm sure, heartbreaking for them. I was, right after the game, I got on and was listening to the men's game, and, the same kind of heartbreak that Santa Barbara women faced was obviously the same heartbreak that our men faced, and that really stinks. I've been on the other side of it, and again, credit to Santa Barbara because they just played a heck of a game, and we're glad that the thing just bounced out.
And then finally, I mean, with 8 games to go, you're in the home stretch here. I mean, do you have certain goals that you want to hit? I mean, obviously, 16-0 would be great, wouldn't it? But how's the outlook here for the final 8 games? I know you've got like the final 3 at home. I mean, have you broken it down into segments? And I mean, how are you approaching the final 8 here?
I can't look at 8. I'm only looking at Davis. I'm trying to look at Davis and Pacific just to make sure I do the best job I can in preparing the team for everything they're going to face this week. So, when I think about the tests that come, I have to give the practice exams all this week to get us ready. But we really are just going one game at a time. We're just going to try to do the very best we can. We're facing 2 really terrific teams. Pacific, I'm sure you saw they took out Riverside at Riverside. That's not an easy task, and Riverside, in my opinion, is one of the best teams in the league as well. So we got to be ready to go for both games and just play as error-free basketball as we can, but play with confidence, play our game, and work our butts off. I mean, that's the only thing I know to do.
I want to ask you one more thing. I was down at your game, and I was really impressed with Irvin. Johnny Irvin seemed like she had a really good ball game down there. Talk about her progress and really what she's bringing to the table, because it seemed like she was a very key player.
Yeah, I thought that she was a real difference maker for us. I felt like Santa Barbara struggled with our high ball screen, and we've had trouble in the past against opponents with that, and always do, it seems. But she just brings a different component to our team because she can go pull up jump shots. She's so quick. She's really hard to control, I think, off the dribble. She's really good. She made some really good decisions as well. We pulled Valentine out from the basket, which, she's leading the country, or if not behind the kid from Baylor, real up in the top notch as far as blocks per game, and just a tremendous shot blocker. So to try to pull her away from the basket was one of our key goals, and Jonay did a super job of being able to hit Molly inside and Abby inside off of little pick and roll stuff. They can't come off of our shooters, so whether we had Burns on the court or Clancy on the court, you couldn't get support from either side defensively from the wing positions because they're such great three-point shooters. So, Irvin's going to hurt you off the dribble, layup, pull-up jump shot, or you're going to have to make a choice on you're going to try to take out the bigs. So I thought that she just played a super game, and she's been great as far as assist to turnover ratio. Done a super job of directing the floor for us and taking care of the basketball, get us into our sets. And, of course, defensively is a little pest on the court as well, which we have a few of those, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, it seems like you've always had that type of kind of pest of a point guard throughout your years.
Yeah, I do
Maybe
like the
head
little
coach, I don't know.
I am a bit of a pest myself, so
But,
I like
I mean,
just guarding, having people that I can, look in the eye. Those are the only ones I get.
But she's just a freshman, right? So
Yeah.
it's got to. I mean, her future seems like it's very bright.
It is very bright, and I think that once you see our freshman who's out this year with a knee injury, Ariana Elegado, I think we're going to have the best backcourt in the league for years to come.